What a motley crew so far. Wow.
Good evening, everyone. Hope you're well. Look at everyone jumping in. So cool. Woohoo.
Hey, Scott.
Fantastic.
Hey, Daniel, how are you?
Good.
Angela,
Thanks for the
Chris,
invite.
Penny.
Thank you for coming in.
Pleasure. Nice to see you. Okay, no waves, but good to see you.
I know, right? So,
Yeah.
hey, I'm on here twice. How cool is that?
Excellent. Good to see everyone jumping in. Woohoo.
Hey, Darky, Julie. Hey.
Ah, little Mercutio. Harley. Yee. Fantastic. Oh, love it.
Hey, John, how are you? Hey, Martin. Hey, John.
Hey, Scott.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so glad to see everyone here this evening for the Dinner with Smiles. It's my name is James Shorty Short, and good mate here, Scott Carson. And so lovely to see everyone's smiles this evening. And you are in the right place, yes? Because you are smiling, you are in the right place. So we're going to get underway because I know it's a Sunday night, and I know you may be hungry, you may have got your meal ready to go, or you may be have to bring it shortly. But either way, we're going to have some fun. We're going to share some stories, share some laughs, and more importantly, share some smiles. And so what I'll ask for you, if you haven't already, is just to mute yourselves. And that would be amazing, and then we can get underway. So what we're doing here at the moment is we're going through an interesting time, and I just want to go through the format with you guys of what's going to happen tonight. So at any point in time that you go, oh yeah, I think it's time for a bit of a meal, go and grab it, right? Go and grab it. You can eat through it. We won't be spotlighting you as you eat your meal. Don't worry, that's totally cool. It's a family affair. So come and join a meal at any time that you would like as we go through tonight's virtual dinner. You know, we were supposed to have these lives, one in Sydney, one in Melbourne. Hey, but this is what it is, and it's so grateful that everyone can be here tonight, and we are so appreciative. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we've got a bunch of stuff to get through. It's going to be jam-packed. We've got Elliot Goblet, the world-famous comedian, going to be joining us shortly. We've got so many different things. We're hearing from a couple of different people. We've got Oscar Carson auctioning tonight, one of Alan Stevens' amazing courses. Oh my gosh, we're going to be hearing from Scott shortly. And then we're going to open up a couple of different conversations as well this evening. So, mate, Scotty, what a huge evening that we have, mate. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much, Shorty. Thank you everyone for joining us. And look, it's look at the circumstances we're all in. You know, like it's an interesting opportunity at the minute. We're coming here together to support the Business for Smiles, but more importantly, to support the Miles for Smiles event, which is all about socks. But for those of you that already know, you'll know how passionate I am about these socks, and these socks have a very significant meaning. Those black dots, they represent our dark days. We all have them. No one's getting out of that. That yellow is that beautiful warm winter sun, which I'm hoping everybody got to enjoy today, because that's our community getting around you on your dark days. So our dark days are generally between our ears. So let's talk about them, yeah? So tonight, we're not going to go deep. We're going to stay in the fun side of things because we're all experiencing things differently. I'm very grateful because we've got people coming in from the UK. We've got some beautiful faces I've seen around the bit. So thank you so much for joining us. But I'd like to share with you first how the Business of Smiles came about, because you know, it's actually making a significant difference in all of our communities. The amount of people getting in behind it and sharing smiles, a Facebook group where people are jumping on board and sharing with us what makes them smile, sharing smiles, sharing stories. And it's just a fantastic thing that I'm loving being a part of. So about 3.5 years ago, I was in the middle of a partnership breakdown with work, and I needed to get myself up and going. So I decided to do something for me. So I rang a couple of mates who I know are very, very fit men. And I said to them, hey boys, I said, listen, I need to sign up for something. I need some headspace. So we signed up for the Spartan Trifecta. If you know what the Spartan Trifecta is, it's great. But if you don't, it's a 2-day event, 42 Ks, up and over Mount Mystic 3 times with 90 obstacles in it. So it's a fair event. So you always employ the best when you do these things. So I said to the guys, listen, we're going to better start doing some training. So on Sunday mornings, we started running. Every Sunday morning we got together, we went for a jog, normally around about 10 Ks. What was happening during this run was we were starting to have conversations, and not just about footy and the bits and pieces, about life and the opportunities that I personally was going through in those times. They were my dark days. I was one of the greatest things that happened was we all started opening up. So then we decided to open up the opportunity and actually share more stories. There's a beautiful man here on camera here, Chris Hughes, that was a part of that. And I'm just so grateful because we got to spend some great time together. So that's the precursor, Sunday sessions. COVID kicked in and then disappeared. No one really wants to get up at 5 a.m. on a Sunday morning anymore. I don't know what everyone's problem is. It's a little bit too comfortable in a minute, and that's perfectly okay. So I was a bit unsure about what was going on. And then I met this gentleman by the name of James Short. Introduced to me by Alan Stevens, which I'm forever grateful to be part of the Campfire Project, which if you're not already a member of, please jump on board. It's one of the best communities I've been a part of. We have conversations in there about anything in life where we are free to open up safely. So some of the conversations I've had in there have just been phenomenal. I've interviewed my father, which was something that was very personal to me. I was interviewed by my 9-year-old son, which absolutely nailed me. And so, good job, Oscar. I was very impressed with that one. So that's the Campfire Project, which is James and quite a few people on here are actually a part of, which is epic. I said to Shorty, we got to know each other. Alan goes, you two have got to meet each other. And this point here, I'm actually going to throw it over to Shorty because Shorty tells it a little bit better than I. Go.
So we had a conversation and we started to build a rapport and build a relationship. And Scotty goes, mate, Shorty, I've got something that I want to do, that I've been thinking about for a little while. Do you want to, I just don't know. And I said, mate, I'm in. He goes, but I haven't even told you. I said, yeah, I know. I said, but whatever you're doing is probably as crazy as anything that I would want to do. And so I'm in. And so that started the conversation of this epic journey that we're about to go on in September when we're running from Sydney to Melbourne, 1,300 kilometers, 50 Ks a day for approximately 25 days. And this is around starting 10,000 conversations on the mental health crisis that's happening right here, right now in Australia. And they go, well, why 10,000? Why 10,000? And they say it takes, 10,000 hours to become an expert. They say 10,000 steps per day to be fit and healthy, to get in shape. And as Justin Bieber says, it takes 10,000 hours for your sweetheart of yours. And so that's why the rippling effect of 10,000 people, it's absolutely huge. It's like that pebble dropping into the ocean, how it just ripples out. Because we know one conversation doesn't necessarily lead to one conversation. It leads to 2, 3, 4, 5 conversations. We've heard so many stories around having these socks being taken into people's homes. And Scott will share around the sock story in a minute of how it's so important about starting these conversations. So I'm going to handball it back to you, Scotty, around the sock story.
Beautiful. Thank you, Shorty. Like the socks. And I can't thank everybody enough for coming here today, because just buying one ticket for $20 is a donation of one pair of socks that we actually get to hand to somebody when we're running, walking, or possibly even crawling. The energy these socks create are phenomenal. They actually give us the opportunity to create 2 smiles immediately. If you're wearing the socks, right, and you see someone looking down at your feet, you know that they're looking at your socks. So you're smiling, looking at them. They're smiling because they're looking at the socks. So automatically when they look up, you're both smiling at each other. And then when you share that with somebody, it's a certain safety that's been created. and it's just warmth that's really, really important. So these socks are having a significant difference. And I just want to share with you something a little story about. Gav's not here tonight. He's had to race off to his father who's just gone to hospital. So Gav, much love to you tonight. GM Pest Solutions have been a great supporter of me for quite some time, and I love working with the guys at GM Pest Solutions. They actually hand socks to their clients, and what a beautiful thing it is when they go to these situations where they deal with a lot of food manufacturing companies who at the moment are having a pretty tough time. So they go there, they service their clients, and they go above and beyond. But more importantly, they choose to listen. They choose to sit and hear. Is there anything else we can do for you today? And what they've done in supporting their customers has enabled them to grow significantly. But I'll share with you a little story that really filled my heart. So I train at F45 in Frankston. I love the place. I can't see if anybody's on. My screen's not big enough, but that's okay. I love it because of the social connection they've got there, but also because they also do a lot of stuff inside the mental health world. And so I had some leftover Sunday session socks. So I did a quick presentation inside the F45, 5 o'clock in the morning when everybody's like, yep, okay. But I just wanted to thank everybody for training with me. So I sat there and I shared it with everybody, the reason why these socks are so important to me. And I handed everybody a pair of socks. Got a few thank yous. But what happened after that is I actually had 3 people over the next week just come and talk to me about stuff going on in their life. It created that safety. And for me, that means everything, because that's what I'm about. I'm here to start safe conversations so that we can all grow. But one thing in particular that happened, 3 or 4 days later, beautiful lady by Christy Port, she comes up to Scott. I've got to tell you what happened. What happened? She goes, I was at school and I was teaching the kids, and it was pajama day, and I wore my socks, and the kids gave me so much grief about it, all with smiles. And I thought, that's excellent. She goes, what was beautiful was I got to share with them that we all have dark days and that there's sunshine in their life. But have a look at the socks. There's more sunshine than dark days. So we're in a good place. And I'm like, oh, that was beautiful. What happened next was amazing. I was speaking to Gav, and we go, Gav, I said, you wouldn't believe what happened in training today. Christy filled my heart and she shared this story. He goes, how many kids in her class? I've gone, I'm not sure, I have to ask. So I asked Christy, how many kids in the class? Anyway, there was 25 kids in the class. So Gav bought 25 pairs of socks for the kids. And I should have been better prepared for this, but I wasn't going to go here. But this is Zoom. So, and I don't know how to use a computer, so I don't know how to flick through things, but I'm going to show you. Lisa Jane hasn't got the link. Okay, cool. so anyway, so when I gifted her the socks, she took them to school on the last day of school for the kids. All the kids at the end of the day sat there with these socks on, absolutely beautiful, sharing the story. But more importantly, the kids got to gift the story to their parents when they went home. Because on the label, it's got the meaning of the socks. So she made sure the socks all went back home. What a beautiful world it is we live in when our kids get to share with us that we all have dark days. Hey? How beautiful is that? I'm just so proud of that. And I'm going to be super quick, and I know probably should be better prepared, but I'm still learning this Zoom stuff. No, I was not. Okay. No, I'm not going to get it done. No, I'm not going to do it to you. But there's a photo. Shorty, I can't remember if I sent it to you or not, but the photo of the kids are sitting in a circle with all the socks on and all these big smileys on their heads. And I was just... filled my heart. But here's the thing, that's the ripple effect the socks are having. So you're going to help us on the journey from Sydney to Melbourne, where we're going to need as many smiles as possible for energy. So from me to you, thank you very much for being here tonight. Thank you very much for being a part of something that I'm incredibly passionate about. It is what I'm doing with my life. So your support means everything to me, you know, and I was actually hoping to have Aileen McKee on tonight, but unfortunately it didn't quite work out. Aileen McKee is a lady that I met. Thank you, Mel. On my very first ultra marathon, and I was running down Great Ocean Road. I've come off the second hill and coming back into Apollo Bay, and it was the last little hill into Apollo Bay, and this beautiful woman was sitting there at the age of 67, I believe, doing her first marathon. Come down, she goes, I can't make it. And I've gone, hey girl, I'm with you, we're gonna do this together. So I grabbed her hand and we ran together and we finished it. She asked me to marry her after we got over the hill, which was absolutely fantastic. So we got another 10 steps. She goes, yeah, but don't expect me to consummate the marriage for at least 3 months. But here's the thing, that's been my Facebook profile, and I didn't know her name. And I put it up on Facebook and I said, if anybody can find this woman, please share it with me. And we found her. She reached out to me a little while ago. She goes, I'm traveling around Australia and I'll be back soon. I can't wait to catch up with you. But here's the thing, together we can achieve anything. She was cooked, she was done. But we worked together and we got it done. And I'm just so grateful for that beautiful transition.